Hello, hello. We're gonna finish the rest of chapter 3, hopefully. Hopefully, I don't know. Let's read. It does not, Charlie said. She leaned back against the tree. I can't believe you tried to kiss me. We were 6! Charlie stared at him accurately. Even the littlest heart wants what it wants, John said, in a mock romantic voice, but there was an edge of something real in it, something not well enough hidden. Charlie realized suddenly that he was standing very close to her. Let's go see your dad's workshop, John said abruptly. Too loud, and Charlie nodded. Okay, she regretted it as she said it. She did not want to open the workshop door. She closed her eyes, still leaning against the tree. She could still see it. It was all she could see when she thought of that place. The twitching, malformed metal skeleton in its dark corner, with its wrenching shutters and its blistering silver eyes. The image welled up in her head until that was all there was. The memory radiated a cutting anguish, but she did not know who it belonged to the thing, to her father, or to herself. Charlie felt a hand on her shoulder and opened her eyes. It was John, frowning her like he was worried. Charlie, are you okay? No. Yes, she said. Come on, let's go see what's in the workshop. It was not locked, and there was no real reason it should be, Charlie thought. Her eyes went first to the dark corner. The figure was not there. It was a withered apron hanging in its place, the one her father had worn for soldiering, and his goggles next to it. There was no sign of that uncanny presence. Charlie should have felt relieved, but she didn't. Only a vague unease. She looked around. There seemed to be almost nothing left of the workshop. The benches were there, where her father had assembled and tweaked his inventions, but the materials, the blueprints, and the half-finished robots that were once crammed into every surface had disappeared. Where are they? Her aunt had them carted away to a junkyard to rust and crumble among other discarded, useless things. Or had her father done it himself, so that no one else would have to? The concrete floor was littered here and there with scraps. Whatever had done the cleanup had not been thorough. Charlie knelt and picked up an oddly shaped scrap of wood. Then a small circuit board. She turned it over. Whose brain were you? She wondered. But it did not matter. Not really. It was battered and worn, etched copper, too badly scratched to repair, even if someone wanted to. Charlie, John said, from across the workshop. It was in the dark corner. If the skeleton had been there, it could have reached out to touch him. But it's not there. What? Come see what I found. Charlie went. John was standing beside her father's toolbox, and he stepped away as she came over, giving her space. Charlie knelt down before it. It looked as if it had just been polished. It was made of dark stained wood, glossy with some kind of liquor. She opened it gently. Charlie picked up an owl from the top tray and held it for a moment. The rounded wooden handle fitting into the palm of her hand, as if it had been made for her to use. Not that she knew how. The last time since she had picked it up, she could barely fit her fingers around its base. She picked up the tools one after another, lifting them from their places. The toolbox had wooden bases carved out to fit the precise shape of each item. All the tools were polished and clean, the wooden handles smooth and the metal unrusted. They looked as though they had been used just that morning, wiped down and put away meticulously, like someone still cared for them. She looked at them with a fierce, unexpected joy, as if something she had fought for was returned to her. But her joy felt wrong, misplaced. Looking at her father's things set her off balance. Something in the world not as it should be. Seized suddenly with an unfounded fear, she thrust the owl back into his box in its place in the box, dropping it like something burning. She closed the lid, but she did not stand. Memory overtook her, and she closed her eyes, not fighting against it. Her feet were wedged in the dirt, and two large and calloused hands covered her eyes. Suddenly there was a bright light, and Charlie squirming impatiently to see what was before her. The three complete and gleaming figures towered over her, motionless, the sun reflecting off every edge and contour. They were binding to behold. "What do you think?" she had to question, but could not answer it. Her eyes hadn't adjusted. The three masses of standing metal all looked similar in structure, but Charlie had grown accustomed to seeing more than there was, imagining the final result. For a long time now, there had been three empty suits, hanging like carcasses from a rafter in the attic. Charlie knew that they had a special purpose, and now she understood what it was. Two long beams protruded from the top of the head of one of the hulking masses. The head itself was solid and skull-like. The beams looked as if they had been violently thrust there. "That's the rabbit," Charlie squealed, proud of herself. "You aren't scared of him?" the voice asked. "Of course not. He looks like Theodore." "Theodore. That's right." The figure in the middle was more clearly rendered. Its face was chiseled, its features distant. It was clearly a bear, and a single metal beam stuck out from the top of its head as well. Charlie was puzzled for a moment, but smiled. "For the top hat," she said with confidence. The last form was perhaps the most frightening. A long metal clamp protruded from its empty face. In place where a mouth might go, it was holding something on a platter, a metal structure that looked like a jaw, while wires were running like strewn spaghetti up and down the frame and in and out of sockets. "That one's scary," she said hesitantly. "Well, this part will look like a cupcake cake." Her father pressed on the top, and the jaw snapped shut, making Charlie jump and giggle. Suddenly her laughter stopped. She had been so distracted she'd forgotten. "I'm not supposed to stand here." "I don't stand here." Her hands were trembling. How could she have forgotten? The corner. She looked at the ground, unable to lift her eyes, unable to move. One of her shoes was untied. There was a screw next to her foot, and an old piece of tape, oblong with dirt. There was something behind her. "Charlie?" It was John. "Charlie!" She looked up at him. "Sorry, just lost. This place," she said, and took a step forward, positioning herself in a place she remembered. She glanced beside her as if the memory might manifest. The corner was empty. There was nothing. She knelt again and put her hand on the ground. fishing around until she found a small screw in the bare dirt. She palmed it, then looked closer. There were small holes in the ground exposed when she moved the loose dirt. Charlie ran her fingers over them thoughtfully. Charlie, I have to tell you something. There was something urgent in John's voice. Charlie looked around the workshop and stood up. Can we go outside? She said. I can't breathe in here. Yeah, of course, he said. He followed her out into the yard and back to hide and seek free. She was tired of running out exhaustion deep inside. She would be fine in a minute, but she wanted a place that held only silly childhood memories. She sat down in the grass, leaned against the trunk, and waited for John to talk. He settled himself crosswise in front of her, a little stiffly, smoothing his pants, and she laughed. Are you worried about getting dirty? Times change, he said, with a wry smile. What do you have to tell me? She asked, and his face grew serious. I should have said something a long time ago, he said. When something happens like that, you don't trust your memory. You don't trust your own mind. What are you talking about, Charlie asked. Sorry. He took a deep breath. I saw someone that night, the night Michael disappeared. What do you mean? Remember when we were sitting at the table by the stage and the animals started going crazy? I remember, Charlie said. It happened bizarre. Their movements upsetting. They were moving too fast, bending and spinning, cycling through their limited programmed moves over and over. They seemed frantic, panicked. Charlie was mesmerized. She should have been afraid of them, but she was not. She saw in their juddering motion a kind of desperation. She was reminded for a moment of dreams of running. Dreams when the will depended on her going just 10 steps forward, yet her body could only move in slow motion. Something was terribly wrong. Chaotically, violently, the animatronic animals on stage thrust robotic limbs in all directions, their eyes rolling in their sockets. What did you see? Charlie said to John, shaking his head as though he could rid of it of their image. There was another mascot, he said, a bear. Freddie, Charlie interrupted without thinking. No, not Freddie, John took her hand, as if to calm them both. But he let go before he spoke again. It was standing right near us, next to our table. But it wasn't looking at the stage like everyone else. That technician came over, remember? And even he was just watching the animatronic. I guess he was trying to figure out what was happening. I looked over at the mascot, and it looked back at me, he stopped. John, what? Charlie said automatically. Then the animatronic on stage stopped moving, and I looked over at them. And when we all turned back around, Michael was gone, and so was the mascot. Charlie stared in disbelief. You saw the kidnapper, she said. I didn't know what I saw, John said. It was all chaos. I didn't think about it. I didn't make the connection. It was just another animal at Freddy's. I didn't think about who might have been inside it. I was a kid, you know. You figure that the grown-ups already know everything you know. Yeah, Charlie said. I know. Do you remember anything? What the person looked like? John was staring up at the sky as if he was seeing something Charlie could not. Yes, he said. His voice was deliberate, steady. The eyes, they were all I could see. But I still see them sometimes. Like they're right in front of me. They were dead. What? They were dead. Just dull and flat. Like they still moved and blinked and saw. Whatever was behind them had died a long time ago. He fell silent. It was growing dark. There was a bright, almost unnatural streak of pink across the western sky, and Charlie shivered. We should go get the car, she said. It's almost time to meet everyone. Yeah, John said, but he didn't move right away, still staring into the distance. John, we have to go, Charlie said. He seemed to come back to himself slowly. Yeah, he said. We should go. He got up and brushed off his pants, then grinned at Charlie. Race you, he said, and he took off running. Charlie chased after him, her feet pounding the asphalt, and her arms screaming free. And that was the end of chapter 3. So yeah, hope you're enjoying it, and I have a great day. Bye.